So before we get to the video, let's talk about the upcoming giveaway. Now, I said that I was going to go live on Friday and give y'all my location. Scratch that. I'm going live on Friday, but I'm going to tell you in the video right now, I'm going to be at my brother's work, All Out Bikes in Four Oaks, North Carolina. Look it up. I don't have the address on me right now. So All Out Bikes, Four Oaks, North Carolina. Meet me there at like noontime this coming Sunday. Now, whatever the date is, I can't tell you, but what we're going to do is we are going to have a drawing. Y'all are going to put y'all's name in a hat, and I'm going to draw your names, and we're going to have a first, second, and third place. First place gets $500, second place gets $300, and first place gets $100. $200, I'm sorry. So 500, 300, 200. That's how it's going to work. So that is going to be this coming Sunday, which is July 10th, 2022. I'm going to be there at noon, and we're going to have the drawing at 2. So come on by, put your name in the hat, and we're going to have a drawing. So let's get to the video, guys. Hey guys, today's video I am working on, more maintenance stuff. Today I'm working on my 1997 BMW 328 IS. Yes, that's it. It's my two-door. That was free. All I had to do was pick up the car from the customer's house, and it was mine because he was moving. It's got a few issues. You can see that the steering wheel's a little crooked. It's an alignment issue. Another problem I have is the front struts are wore slam out. When I say wore slam out, I hit a bump and it's like a basketball. I just sit there, boom, boom, boom. It's a little embarrassing. And so today I'm going to be working on the struts. Should only be about a 2.5 hour job. Pretty easy. And I'll clean up the car, make it look nice, and take care of some other things. Like, kind of looks like my tag's out of date, so I gotta see if this thing needs a inspection and tags. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Let me see if I can get this thing to bounce with the throttle. Yeah. Here we go. I'm sure y'all can see it. It's terrible. Terrible. Alright, so I'm heading home. I'm gonna use the lift at my old shop.
Speed trap ahead.
Oh, thank you. There's a speed trap. I should slow down a little bit. There we go. So I'm gonna use the shop where I used to work at. Russell's very kind to let me use the shop, so let's get on in town, take care of this car. I should probably also fix the transmission line on the Suburban. Maybe I can get to that in this video. And I feel like there's something else that needs to be done. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Alright, see you in town. Made it to the shop. Wrong shop though. I thought that since it's like right before lunchtime, I would take care of the easiest job first, and that's going to be fixing my Chevy Suburban. So if y'all remember in a previous video, I took my Suburban, which is still on the trailer, I took it to the drag strip. So I was hauling my car to the drag strip and a transmission line let loose. Now, what I found out So what I found out was, well, I pretty much knew it when I did the engine swap, that the transmission lines are rubber, which is not what you want. So someone in the past had cut these lines probably when they were working on a transmission or an engine or whatever. My guess is the transmission came out, and instead of taking the lines off the correct way, they cut the lines. And you know, really what you want is all steel lines. You don't want this rubber stuff here. In fact, I bet you that these lines aren't even good for a transmission. I bet these are fuel lines or something. But I'm going to repatch them with some rubber lines to get me by until I can get this thing up on a lift and fix it properly. What I'll do is I'll just make some brand new steel lines for it. But I'm looking for a band-aid right now, so it'll be fine. I hope. I mean, obviously it wasn't fine because I'm in this position right now. Busted truck. They didn't even hardly put the lines on. They're on not even an inch on the line. I mean, I like to put these lines on like a couple inches more than what it should, or you know. Wow. Yeah. If you're gonna put a rubber hose on a line, like a band-aid or whatever, I like using the bubble flaring tool to put a little bulge on the end of this steel line, so when you clamp the hose on there, pressure won't let the hose slip off. So they really did a real halfway job here. It's not even a really good fix. What do we got here for a hose? There's no identifying marks on this hose. I'm going to say that they put fuel line on it. So I'm going to go get me some new hose. I'm going to hop on, since it's such a beautiful day, I'm going to hop on my little Honda Z50 and ride to the parts store and get me some hose. Some transmission line. So let's do it. Hose. So here's the line. I cut it about 2 inches longer than what it was, so there'd be plenty to screw to. I've got to get the clamps. Alright, I got to look for some regular clamps, the correct clamps. These are not what you want to use for this, and even though this is temporary, I don't want to use this clamp. So I'm going to look for some fuel injection clamps so I can sleep a little bit better. Again, it is temporary until I you know, get it on the lift, but this is not acceptable. Turns out I don't have any. So, even though it's unacceptable, I need to get this thing on the road today. So here we go. Alright, now I gotta do this other line next. Alright, let's get this other line off, and we'll measure it out, and I'll put this other hose on it. Oh. How did they get this one? Did I just get it? Alright, there we go. Now all I gotta do is top up the transmission. I know it's already low, so I'm going to be adding a couple of quarts to it. Okay, let's see what happens. Well, it feels like there's reverse. I'm off the trailer. So we have drive and reverse. So let me get this dually out of the way and then we'll go grab some lunch. Drive feels good so far. Now I had to add like 6 quarts of transmission fluid to this. That's a lot. Second gear felt good. First gear, second gear. Well, I made it back from lunch. The truck is doing fantastic. It doesn't look like I heard anything. And if anything, I got a nice transmission flush out of the deal. So I'm gonna grab some tools and my struts that I got over 2 years ago, and head over to Russell's and get those things on, so I can stop having the little hoopty hop going on. So I'm gonna grab the stuff and head on over to Russell's. See y'all there. back in the old shop. It feels good to be back. Gonna put this thing up in the air now. I'm gonna close this door for some privacy though. Now, first thing I'm going to do is take this tire off and take it across the street to the tire shop and see if I can find the leak, see if they can find the leak, because I ain't going to look for it. I've looked for it before. It loses about 5 pounds of pressure every week, and I don't know where it's at. I've been looking. So let's take this wheel off and carry it across the street. Oh my. Alright, I've run into this before. I'm going to do a little trick that I learned way back in the day. It's like I'm a monkey underneath on the monkey bars. I just find a place to hang and I give her a kick. And I drop lug nuts. Or lug studs in this case. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, here we go. Across the street you go. Before I could even get to work on my car, they already had the tire done. They said it was the valve core that was leaking. So I hope they're right. I checked the valve core in the past, but you know, maybe I missed something. It's all good. As long as it's fixed. Because I am tired of putting air in this tire. Okay, this is pretty straightforward. We've got 2 bolts here at the bottom, one right here and one around the back, and then we have a third one right here. So that's what holds the bottom. You have to take this brake sensor wire loose, and you got to take this brake line loose, and then there's going to be 3 bolts in the top that you have to gain access under the hood. And then the strut will be out. So let's go ahead and get this strut out. These are pretty simple. All you have to do, it's even easier with 2 hands. You just kind of slide this out of the holder. Same thing with the brake line. Like I said, it works better with 2 hands. I'm doing it one-handed, which ought to tell you how easy it is because I just did it one-handed. Alright, make note that this runs around the front side of the strut so we can put it back. Ooh, that one was on there. Red Loctite. rust. Okay. Got to make sure none of the lines are tight. I think we're good. I'm going to let this car down and take the 3 bolts out the top. These should be 13 millimeter. Got to grab hold of the strut so it don't go nowhere. Don't lose this net. And remove the strut out of the bottom. Careful with these lines. There we go, guys. We have a strut. So next thing we got to do, we got to clamp these springs, which we got a tool over here for that. And you have a 20, I think it's a 21 millimeter nut right there. Compress the spring, pull that nut off, and swap out the strut. It's that easy. All right. So, got a really nice tool over here that, well, you know, this shop's been closed down for a number of years now. And so, the tools are getting covered up. Got ski rope here. Gotta move it. Go. This is a really nice tool. You have this piece. The springs sit in this cradle, and then these little fingers come out of this thing, and I gotta pull them up right now. When you turn this lever here the opposite way, it pulls down on it and it compresses the spring. I'm gonna have to lube everything up here because it's been a while. Okay. Go right here, and I'll go right here. Go back on. Wow. Almost there. All right, that's it. Spring is starting to let go. Let's get my impact on it. Alrighty. Removing this. Making sure you get everything that belongs to it. There is a washer here that I'm going to transfer over. Goes right here. strut done. Now to install it in the car. It was pretty easy, and yeah, this thing's gonna just pop together. Pop, 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 pop. The pièce de résistance. Voila. All right, so now I'm going to put the 3 bolts back in. Ah. Click. Let's install these back. One. And again, two-handed is way better than one. There it is. Guys, that's one strut. Now all I gotta do is put the wheel on and go to the other side. So I'm done with that today. I've got lower control arms put on it, but that's not going to be today. Maybe that'll be the next maintenance item on this car, as well as an oil change. So let me get this thing down, and I'm done for the day. So I need another battery for this camera anyways. So guys, definitely needs to be more work done to this car. Here's a good look at it. I don't know, the front sits a lot higher than what it did before. I know that the upper mounts were just wore slam out. They were dropped an inch, so that looks about right. I really need to clean this car up. So coming up, when I do the lower control arm, I'm gonna go ahead and clean this car up real nice, wash it, all that good stuff. So guys, if you like this video, which I didn't, give it a thumbs up. Guys, thanks for 100,000 subscribers, and I'm gonna figure out something special for the 100,000 subscriber thing. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch y'all later. Man, look.
Look at this. That's the strut.